Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody doing well. I'm out and about this morning, sitting in this line. You ever notice that the McDonald's line be extra long in the morning, man, and people don't really be buying anything? Wonder what takes so long. But anyway, look, I'm on a tangent now. We had a instance this weekend. Me and my daughter, we went to install a security system, simply say, for one of my customers. And toward the end of the install, you see that this lady is visibly starting to become upset. She ready for us to go, right? Now the system isn't fully installed. Does it arm? Yes, it comes on and on, but it's not fully installed. She has video cameras that are set up that we haven't programmed yet. But the lady was ready for us to go. She was ready for us to be finished. So at that point, I took my daughter by the hand and I had the lady sign my invoice so I could get paid, and then I left. And I know you're wondering, what does that have to do with the title of the live? Look, man, in life sometimes things happen, negative things. And when something happens, you need to know your value. So now here I am in this position with my daughter, and the lady has made it clear that our presence is no longer necessary. It's not needed. But at the same time, my daughter knows that the installation is not done. It's not finished. So what do I do? Do I stay there or do I leave? Y'all hold on. Morning. All right. Got me? Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Have a good day. So I'm looking at the situation and I'm approaching it this way. If we're not needed, then it's necessary for us to go. Because one thing that I'm not ever going to allow to happen to myself, if I possibly can, or my daughter, is to waste time. And so as an individual, it's necessary for you to know how valuable you are. The experiences that you've gone through in life, what you know, those things are valuable, and you should attach a value to it. You know. All right, you got me knocked out. Appreciate you, ma'am. Y'all have a good one. Now you should know your value, and you shouldn't let anybody else compromise your value. Because here's the thing, man. A lot of times when it's a situation where you don't know your value, you end up wasting time. You end up wasting assets. And see that, especially with time, that's something you can't get back. The time you waste in a situation that you know, in the end, it ends up fruitless. But you could have been using that time to do something else totally different. So be careful of that, man. Know your value. You know, when you come to a situation, I think everything that a person should do, every situation you find yourself in, it should be transactional. When you look at it, you're looking at how much you're paying in as opposed to what you're getting out. It has to be transactional, because if you do it that way, then you're looking at every situation and you're looking at it with the intent of making sure that in the end you have what you need. And that's for any situation that you're involved in. If you're in a relationship with a person and you're giving and you're not receiving, look at it as a transaction. There's no way that you would walk into a store, see something that you want to purchase, look at the price tag, go to the counter, get a person the money, and you don't expect to walk out of the store with that particular product. If you get them the money, you expect that you're going to purchase the product, or else you wouldn't have gave the cashier the money. So it's the same thing in life. Never go into a situation where you can't see. I know it happens sometimes, but never go into a situation where you can't see where you're going to benefit from. It's a transaction. If the person on the other end getting what they need, you need to make sure you're getting what you need. And I'm not encouraging you to be, you know, a bully. I'm not encouraging you to be difficult. But what I am saying is that it's always okay to set a standard. You set a standard for yourself, and you stick to that standard because you want to make sure in the end you have what you need. Especially for my brothers and sisters out there who have businesses. Now, I got a friend, and I know I'm rambling, but it all speaks to the point. I have a friend, now he installs and mounts televisions. And a little while ago, he put up a page, he put up a little picture about his prices, because evidently he had been having some problems with people coming in as he's, trying to do the installation, and they haggling. They trying to get a lesser price. They trying to get him to move around as far as what he gonna charge them. See, that's not how we do things. That's not how we do things. Now, you welcome to try to haggle. You welcome to try to get the price change, but in the long run, if I have assessed the situation and say this is how much value I need out of this situation, that's what I'm gonna get in the end. Either we gonna do that or we can't do business. So look at life like that. That's the way you have to look at it. You don't go through life depending on the goodwill of other people. You can't do that now. Maybe in the past you could have, but that's not what you can do now. You attach a value to what you do, and you make sure that what you do, you get the value out of it that you want. Hey, Tasha, how you doing? Shalise, how y'all doing this morning? I hope y'all doing well. But make sure that you get what you need out of any situation that you're involved in. Because if you're not getting what you need, then find a situation that you can get what you need. That's just the basis of it. I mean, because you got people every day, that's what they do. They're looking for someone that they can make a fool out of. And usually the individual that they make a fool out of is somebody that don't realize they worth. They don't realize that what they bring to the table is valuable. In any situation, you have to realize that. I don't want anybody this morning to go to work and you're sitting at work and you're doing your job and you're looking at it as being something that's just regular, ordinary. It's not. Whether you work a 9 to 5, whether you own the business, whatever you do to provide for yourself and your family, that's extraordinary. It's extraordinary because you attaching the value to what you're doing and you making sure that you receive that value in the end. Don't look at it as ordinary, man, because it's not. There's a lot of people that just floating through life and they expected to be handed something. They expected that the people around them gonna take care of them, and that's just not a realistic way to look at life. And because it's not realistic, then we can't live life that way. So I guess the point of what I'm saying is when you attach a value to what you do, or when you say that I'm worth this much, or I feel like I'm worth or this particular percentage of what I do, and that's regardless of what it's business, like I say, or you're in a physical relationship with a person. You gotta attach a value, because a lot of times if you don't attach a value, a person gonna give you what they think you deserve, and sad to say, a lot of times it's less than what you deserve. So you can't have people doing you like that. You can't. Whenever you're in a situation, or you are whatever you assess your value to be, and when you make that assessment, it's okay to think highly of yourself. It's okay to overvalue yourself. It's okay to be realistic now, but your value, if you're an individual who want to do things correctly, you want to be fair, then your value is greater than those around you that don't want to do things fairly. If they don't want to operate in the way that's going to benefit everybody around them, then you don't have to deal with that individual. And that brings me to the final thought. I'm going to get off now because I'm supposed to be at the meeting at 9:30. I'll be a little late. If you are dealing with an individual and that individual does not value your presence in that relationship, don't lower your value. Do not lower your worth. Don't do it. It ain't worth it. If the person doesn't value you, whether that be your significant other, whether that be a friend or an acquaintance, if they don't value you, then you don't have to be in that situation. You don't have to be. Matter of fact, I'm saying that I'm suggesting strongly that you set a standard for your value and you don't budge. Don't budge. Because eventually one or two things will happen. Either that person will come to understand that you value yourself and they'll meet you there, or that person will decide that they don't no longer want to be around you or be in a relationship with you. Either way, you have lost absolutely nothing. Because if they don't want to be around you, then they shouldn't have been around you in the first place. You don't need anything negative. We all about being positive and moving forward. And I think that this will be a situation where you can move forward with it. And you can move forward with self-respect because everybody around you, they realize that you have value and they treat you accordingly. All right, so now I know that wasn't long, man. I just had to get that off my chest. You know, we do that on Mondays. We start Mondays off being positive, so that the rest of the week will be positive. Listen, I know some of you all may have lost some loved ones in death. I got a couple people in mind. Mama Gray, my thoughts and prayers are with you. I hope the week goes well for you. And as always, if you need me, call me. I hope everybody's week goes well, man. You know, I'm hoping that it's positive. I'm hoping that it's upbuilding. I'm hoping that you come away from the week feeling like you really got some things accomplished. So as always now, I hope y'all okay. Be easy.